Okay, so we have the problem set up 352. So we have 350 and then 2 times 40. So here's our 40, 2, 3, 4, 41. So first we're going to start by multiplying in a grid formation. So I have 110 times 100 is 1,000. Same thing, 110 times 100, 1,000. 110 times 100, 1,000. Then we do 110 times 110 is 100. Same thing, 110 times 110 is 100. 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 Then we do our last place value. 110 times 1 is 10. So 10 times 1 is 10. 10 times 1 is 10. So we follow that pattern all the way through. So since these are all in the tens place value, our numbers stay the same. Then we do our last row. 1 times 100 is 100. 1 times 100 is 100. 1 times 100 is 100. 1 times 10 is 10. 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 And then lastly, 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. So all of these pieces are our answer. So I'm going to move to my next slide. So all I did was take each of the pieces that we had from our answer and laid them out by place value. So since we are working in base 6, once we have 6 of one kind, we have to regroup it to the next place value. So I'm going to start with my ones place. I have 2 1s. That does not need to change, so I'm just going to keep the number 2. And I move on to my tens place value. So again, once I have a group of 6, I have to regroup because we're in base 6. So this, let me change this so that you can see through it. This is one group of 6 I circled. And then here is a second group of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Since we're in base 6, I'm going to have to regroup. So 6 of these 10 pieces creates a new hundreds piece. So I'm going to change the color of this so that we know that this is a new one we got from regrouping. And so then the same thing happens with my second group of 6. There we go. So my 2 groups were regrouped into a hundreds place value because once I have 6, I move over to my next place value. So that only left me with 1 10 block left over. So the number in my tens place value is a 1. Okay, now I move on to the hundreds place value. Again, once I have 6, I need to regroup. So right here we have 1 group of 6, 2 groups of 6, 3 groups of 6, and 4 groups of 6 because of this new one that we have. So I move that over. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of 6 that are going to force us to regroup to the thousands place. So all I have left over is this one block that was not regrouped. So these are going to be regrouped into new thousands. And again, let me change the color. Since these are new, we'll make it green. Okay, so that's 1 regrouped, 2 regrouped, 3 regrouped, and 4 regrouped, with 1 that was left over that was not regrouped. So again, now in my hundreds place is a 1. Finally, move on to our thousands place. I'm going to move these green ones over just so we can count them when we do our grouping. So again, since I'm in base 6, every time I have 6, I need to regroup. So I have 1 group of 6, 2 groups of 6, So these are going to be 10,000ths. So that would be, let's see if I can make a block that shows 10,000s real quick. So we're gonna try and squish these together. This is not perfect, but hopefully we can at least somewhat get the visual. So we have a 6 by 6 of this. Let's see if I can highlight all these. There we go. We had to do that 6 times. So these are getting big place values. Okay, I'm gonna keep all those the same. So we have 2 of those because we regrouped twice. So imagine 2 of these and then 4 thousands left over. So I have 2 of my 10,000s and I have 4 of my thousands. So my answer is 24,112. So I'll write that at the bottom. Our final answer is 24,112. And of course, we're working in base 6.